Trophonius Horse. Trophonius foaled 1808 was a British thoroughbred racehorse and sire and best known for winning the classic 2000 Guineas in 1811. Trophonius won his first 3 races at Newmarket Racecourse in the spring of 1811, including the Guineas and the Newmarket Stakes on the following afternoon, but ran disappointingly when favourite for the Derby. He never recovered his best form and was beaten in his remaining 7 races. Shortly after his retirement, he was sold and exported to stand as a breeding stallion in Russia. Background: Trophonius was a black horse bred by Mr. Kellerman. He was sired by Sorcerer, a successful racehorse and 3-time champion sire in Britain. Amongst Sorcerer's other progeny were 2000 Guineas and Derby winner Smolensko, St. Leger winner Soothsayer, and the Oaks winner's Moral, Maid of Orleans and Sorcery. Trophonius was the second of only 3 foals produced by his dam, an unnamed daughter of Dungannon bred by Denis O'Kelly. Trophonius's racing career overlapped with that of a horse of the same name owned by the Earl of Darlington. The Guineas winner was sometimes known as Black Trophonius to distinguish him from his bay namesake. He was owned throughout his racing career by Robert Andrew. Racing career: 1811, 3-year-old season. Trophonius began his racing career on 17 April 1811 at the Craven meeting at Newmarket. He won a sweepstakes over the Abington Mile course, beating Mr. Laurel's filly Psyche, his only opponent. At the next Newmarket meeting 13 days later, Trophonius was one of 11 3-year-olds, from an original entry of 23, to contest the 3rd running of the 2000 Guineas over the Rowley Mile course. Ridden by Sam Barnard, the Black Colt started the 5/2 favourite and won easy from Lord Grosvenor's filly Barossa with Magus 3rd and hit or miss 4th. On the following afternoon, Trophonius won the Newmarket Stakes over the Ditch Mile course, easily beating Merry-Go-Round, with the subsequent Oaks Stakes winner Sorcery in 3rd place. On 30 May, Trophonius was moved up in distance to contest the Derby Stakes over 1.5 miles at Epsom Downs Racecourse. He started the 3/1 favourite, but finished unplaced behind Phantom. Trophonius did not race again for almost 5 months. He was entered in 2 races at Newmarket's first October meeting but was withdrawn from both events, with Robert Andrew paying a forfeit on both occasions. At the Houghton meeting on 28 October, Trophonius ran in 2 matches on the same day. He was beaten by Mr. Shakespeare's filly Sprite over 5 furlongs and by the Duke of Grafton's Web over the 2-mile Ditchin course. 1812, 4-year-old season. Trophonius remained in training as a 4-year-old but failed to win in 5 races, beginning with an unplaced effort behind Rainbow in a sweepstakes at Newmarket on 1 May. He did not race again until the autumn, when he was beaten in 2 match races by Mr. Shakespeare's Colt Hydasps at the 1st and 2nd October meetings. Trophonius was entered in 3 races at the Houghton meeting, which began on 26 October. He was withdrawn from the Garden Stakes, finished 3rd to Woeful in a handicap race over the Abington Mile, and was beaten by Lord Jersey's 3-year-old Orson in a 5-furlong match. Stud career: Trophonius was retired from racing to become a breeding stallion but made no impact in Britain. He was later sold and exported to Russia. Pedigree == references ==